Oh shit, here we go again.
Well, I'll be damned.
What's going on, brothers?
I ran out of Clorox, so
I'm doing a reaction
improvise.
video on this
Damn Gina, not the tongue.
trifling melanated woman
I went back
who destroyed
to
her
work like it was
boyfriend's
nothing.
sneakers because he didn't come home according to the video after 2 days or whatever. Fellas, you need to understand the term vetting. So a lot of young men or men in general just don't know how to vet anymore. You know, right now we're being conditioned to accept a female's BS, you know, regardless. And then everything is out there in the world to protect females, you know, educate females. And now that we're going to the new year pretty soon, fellas, I want y'all to start thinking about yourselves. I'm doing it. And also start understanding how to vet women. So I want to illustrate how melanated women are just too comfortable disrespecting you men, black men or non-black men. Because I noticed that, and I'm here to advise you non-melanated brothers to stay away from them. The behavior, the attitude, just stay away. So hopefully after this video is over with, you'll get a few things from it to help you guys out when you vet women, especially melanated women. That's not cheap. Those are Jordans. And anybody who's a sneakerhead know that them Jordans are not cheap. I'm looking at probably like close to autumn shoes, close to or over $1,000 worth of property. And that's a felony in most states. And again, I talk about how melanated women are so comfortable. They think it's normal to put hands on you. They think it's normal to destroy your property. They think it's normal to embarrass you. And I'm here to let you know, fellas, this needs to stop. This will stop. So hopefully you take in the information that I'm putting out and you can apply it. Or especially if you got sons or you're mentoring young men, or if you're an older cat, hopefully there's some few things you can get out of this as well.
I ran out of Clorox, so I had to improvise. Damn Gina.
Let me tell you something. When females are doing this crap, they want to make it hurt. They want to think. That's why you don't tell females your flaws or your business. You don't, because when they're mad or you don't give in to their whims, they lash out, and the goal is to make it hurt. And I'm gonna tell you this, fellas, a female do not mind taking an ass whooping to see you go to jail, to see you lose your life, to see you go to prison, to see you lose your job. Anything. It's always revenge and get back. So you gotta vet. You know, in general, vetting from 6 months to a year. If you're the term high value, I know some podcasters don't like using that word, but it has to be a separation from average to standout folks. And I can go into that in another video about high value men. Yeah, this is a mental health crisis that the black community is facing, and they talk about black fatigue. No, it's actually melanated women fatigue, because they're the ones that's running the household, dictating how the kids are being raised or lack thereof. Hatred for the father, you know, just unpleasant people, and able to destroy this man's property and then get on social media and look at, and you hear the music in the background. I don't know if she chose that herself, but you know, people like this, they really think they're not doing anything wrong. So that lets you know that something mentally wrong with them. And look at the camera, look at her lips and everything. That's a bitch face. You know, and I'm not trying to attack her, but I'm talking about the females that act just like this. And fellas, you need to be aware. Making faces like this here, you know, or if you're talking to a young lady, go to her media account, see how she moves when she's posting. So when they don't get their way, this is one of the ways they lash out, destroying your property, or putting hands on you, or let's say that this person has a kid or she has a baby daddy, or she's probably dealing with other men. They also like to have another man confront you, to have you fight over her. And, you know, there's so many men that's have lost their job, went to prison, or even lost their life because the behavior of a lot of these melanated women acting this way. You know what is crazy? You don't find no other melanated women addressing this. In fact, I'm gonna address a few other videos. You know, if you stick around with me, subscribe to my content, I'm gonna address all that stuff. You know, I'm gonna go on a tangent about that, but I noticed there is no accountable melanated women addressing this type of behavior. So, fellas, you have to date defensively. You have to apply a process to screen out crazy. You know, there's an old saying, don't stick your dick in crazy. And this is a person you definitely don't want to stick your penis in. Showing my age, penis.
Work like it was nothing. Hey, so you just not gone come home for today's bet. I ran out of Clorox, so I had to improvise.
All right. So a few things you want to know when you're vetting is me personally, I look at what movies she likes to watch. If she's into like Tyler Perry, Tubi, OWN, all of these movies where the man's a simp, a simpleton, idiot, weak, or the woman's running over him. TV shows like, you know, from Oprah to all these other little programs where the woman just over the man, just, you know, in charge and talk to him any kind of way. Red flag, leave him alone. And a lot of these movies also showcase melanated men as, LBG and all that other stuff. And, you know, funny, very feminine, very feminized. So keep that in mind. And a lot of these women eat that up because feminism taught them to have this type of disdain or ridicule for men, especially black men. Music, if she's into rap music in general, especially the Ruby Reds, the Glorillaz, to Beyonce, Cardi, hell, even when she listens to Katy Perry, to Taylor Swift, they all say the same shit. They all saying the same stuff, that basically men are trash, men are stupid, men are this here. There was a song the other day that I heard on a commercial, and it's been a recurring thing. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about when I say this little part right here. I want to get him back. Basically, revenge. That's another thing. If she's listening to all these feminist, revenge, misandrous type music from these type of artists, abort. Tats, nose rings, tattoos, hair color. If you follow my Twitter, a person asked, this female asked about what's the problem with it, and I answer it. And in short, it's basically a symbolic gesture telling men or society in general that basically I do not submit to male authority. So she got, especially nose ring, the bull ring, tats. A lot of them tats have meaning, because they all, go back to pagan, worship and everything. I'm not, that's another video about the certain tattoos and everything, but pay attention. Also the fingernails, if they're black, like, they into that witchcraft crap more than likely, or into Wicca. Yeah. So tats, nose rings, hair color, seeing a lot of blue, red, green, that's an identity crisis. Especially they're in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, and they have their hair color. So abort. There's a thing, sex only, but in this case, especially with this person, that's with a person that can do something like that and nonchalantly go back to work. That's some. You don't have to have a medical degree. That's some mental health crap going on. I'm not trying to attack this lady. Females, especially melanated women who act this way, don't let her bring that crap over to you.